Okay, let's watch the Dave Rubin video now.
I got a Kylo Ren mask here, and my policy on masks is sometimes I'm going to wear the mask, okay? Sometimes I'm going to wear the mask. If I go into a store and they demand I wear the mask, I'm going to put the mask on. This is a very Kylo Ren Sith approach to wearing masks. If they want you to wear the mask and you feel like wearing the mask, then you should wear the mask. And then if you want to take the mask off, sure. Could it mess up your hair and would that be upsetting? Yes. But if you want to take the mask off and hang out with other people and talk to other people and let them see your face, then take the mask off. But again, if you want to put it on to intimidate people and say, I'm wearing a mask, why aren't you wearing a mask? You see, I'm better than you, I'm wearing a mask, okay? Look at my messed up lightsaber, Urgh. Which they never even explained, his messed up lightsaber. I think you get the point. For now on, guys, I took my earpiece out. Also, earpieces should be up to you, whatever you want to do. I got a Kylo Ren mask.
I don't know what this is. Like, is this supposed to be fucking comedy? Like, who the fuck is watching this and going, yeah, this is pretty funny. Oh, I love this nuclear cringe. Kind of makes me seem normal, you know? You used to hang with that dude. Yeah, I played basketball with this dude like on Sundays. You know what I mean? You were best friends with the guy. I never fucking, fuck you. That's a lie. Fuck yourself. Let's watch Dave Rubin versus Goliath.
You like the biblical analogies. I'll do one here. There was David versus Goliath, and I think Dave can take down Google. This Dave. And look, there's a reason that we all believe the little guy can beat the big guy. You know why that is? Because David beat Goliath. Why do I rail against YouTube all day when they're censoring me and demonetizing you? It's slightly crazy to do it, but you know, there's a story. David beat Goliath. My name happens to be David, so if David could beat Goliath, maybe Dave could beat Google. I mean, I think we have to come around to realize that looking backward, why do we believe that the little guy can beat the big guy? Why do I always attack Google when they crush my videos? Well, you know, there's a story, David beat Goliath, right? There are time-tested stories that I think have value that actually, this is probably the best way I can answer it. It's a functional version of belief. Some people need a belief that is like sort of transcendent and deeply spiritual. David, right? Like, why am I always attacking Google every time they demonetize me or push one of my videos down? Well, it's not. Yeah, well,
dude, it's so fucking sick that he's like brilliantly fighting back against Google all the time. He's so valiantly fighting back against Google. He's so brave, dude.
Why do I do it? No one in their right mind thinks that they can beat Google, but there's an eternal truth there. David beat Goliath. There is a reason that I believe that Dave can beat Google, and it's because David beat Goliath. Those stories have some meaning over time that will allow us to flourish as human beings.
This is so fucking bad, dude.
Have endless cascading problems that I just don't think that they're equipped to deal with. I think this is actually kind of why David was able to beat Goliath, right? Like, Goliath grew so big that it was actually, you could take him out with one little shot from a slingshot.
This is exactly
and I think that's
what
sort of
David
what these companies
did.
are. They've grown so big that they have so many problems, so many competing interests. Then you inject social justice in it, so you're not even hiring your best engineers. Ben, as a guy in a yarmulke, you know the story of David versus Goliath. I've sort of become Dave versus YouTube. I mean, I've been one of the most out.
Does anyone like actually think this? Like, does anyone think? I want to know if there's like people in his fan base that are like, yeah, that's my guy, that's my favorite guy. He's David. He's going up against Google. He's taking it down. Like, I don't think Dave Rubin personally believes this. You know what I mean? Like, he's just fucking saying that because he thinks it's good branding or some shit. It's one of those things that are like, honestly, I'm worried for you if you're a conservative because you have some kind of like incurable brain problem. And I don't know how the fuck we're gonna save you. But this is somehow worse than that. Where like, if you are a Dave Rubin fan, you have reached a new level. It's kind of like thinking Steven Crowder is funny. Like, that's worse than being a regular conservative. If you're a regular conservative, you are subject to social conditioning, and you know, it's like changed your worldview, or it's basically you know, it's basically the reason why you have these delusions, right? But if you think Dave Rubin is smart, or if you think that Steven Crowder is funny, you have reached a level of delusion that is beyond like regular conservatism.
Outspoken people on this because
what is this?
It's impossible to tell what's going on.
That those stories teach you something eternal, that no matter how bad it looks, it can turn around. That the little guy, David, can beat Goliath, which is why Dave here can fight Google, because I believe the little guy can beat the big guy.
Well, look, David beat Goliath, so, you know, I always say maybe Dave here can beat Google. I always think there's a chance.
So, you know, the word demon is in demonetized, and I can tell you as someone that's dealing with some of this stuff.
Oh my God, what the fuck is this, dude? He's like 3 steps removed from he's 3 steps removed from like literally speaking in tongues, like shama la 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 la, demon, demonetized.
That it appears at least that there's some pretty shady stuff going on. You know, look, I don't want to fight Google and YouTube. You know, there's a biblical story of David versus Goliath. I don't want to be Dave versus Google, because it probably won't work out.
You know, maybe in this story, and this is sort of what you're getting at, that Trump is the Moses character, meaning he will lead the Hebrews out of Egypt.
And I have to say that my brain is still in recovery mode from taking in so many high-level ideas.
Oh God, I love that. It's the greatest thing he's ever said. Honestly, it's so, oh God, I'm so happy for him.